You know, when it comes to the Nintendo Switch Pro, you have to wonder how much would it cost, because if the Nintendo Switch Pro can output 4K, even if it's just docked mode and 1080 in handheld, the parts to make the Switch Pro must cost a hefty total. I don't think my wallet is ready, guys, but playing Nintendo Switch games in 4K, that I'm ready for. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. In this video, we're going to go over some new Nintendo Switch Pro rumors that have popped up again and mention past rumors as well, along with new Joy-Con patents that were found by VGC recently and how they could relate to this Nintendo Switch Pro rumor. So next gen is just around the corner, and recently Xbox has showed up with the Xbox Series S at a price of $299, a next gen experience for the price of a Nintendo Switch. Not only that, but Game Pass has become more enticing with EA Play being added into it. And when you round up the numbers, it's about the same price as a Nintendo Switch in one game. In fact, it's actually cheaper than that. Not only that, but as more next-gen games come out, the Nintendo Switch will need improvements under the hood to run these new games, whether that be for resolution or frame rate. So it's no surprise that the Nintendo Switch Pro rumors keep popping up, and this one is the latest in the long-running line of Nintendo Switch Pro rumors. For those who haven't heard yet, recently a new Nintendo Switch Pro rumor has appeared and it's making the rounds around the internet. This Nintendo Switch Pro rumor states that Nintendo is actively going around to third-party companies and telling them to make sure their games are 4K ready. And here's the full quote, which was taken from a Bloomberg article. Several outside game developers said that Nintendo has asked them to make their games 4K ready, suggesting a resolution upgrade is on its way. Now, a couple weeks ago, I did cover another Nintendo Switch Pro rumor that was from Economic Daily News that claimed that a new Switch would enter production this year, and that Nintendo Switch Pro was gonna launch in Q1 of 2021, which is gonna be January through February. Plus, there were mentions of 4K graphics in that Nintendo rumor as well. Now, seeing as we're getting closer to January, it isn't really too surprising that we're seeing another Nintendo Switch Pro rumor pop up. Now, the virus is still here, but putting that aside, there have been some recent developments with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and No More Heroes 3 that could have to do with the Switch Pro. During the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity reveal trailer, Nintendo also gave us some updates on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You can see the full video on that if you click top right corner, or you can continue watching. But long story short, the game is taking longer than anticipated to develop for. Now, this would most likely make a release date for Breath of the Wild 2 being 2021. Now get this, No More Heroes 3 was also delayed till 2021 as well, with a Twitter post being made on it. But why is this significant, and what does it have to do with the Nintendo Switch Pro? Well, remember Breath of the Wild 1 when it was released and it sold more copies than the amount of Nintendo Switches out in the wild? Which is actually still crazy till this day. Well, Nintendo would be crazy not to release a Switch Pro alongside a Breath of the Wild 2 with No More Heroes closely after, which makes me wonder if Breath of the Wild 2 will support 4K, because Nintendo is telling developers to make their actual games 4K ready, so a Switch Pro that could output 4K is what you would assume would be real, if there's any credit to this rumor. This could also be the reason why, aside from the virus, Nintendo has been holding back a lot of their Nintendo Switch games for 2020 and 2021. The Switch is already selling really well, and after the Super Mario 35th Anniversary Collection, more Switches will sell even more. So I don't think they're really too worried about the good old Nintendo momentum running out. But what about the games that need Joy-Cons, right? Well, along with that new Nintendo Switch Pro, we could be getting new Joy-Cons. There are new patents for Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons that have appeared recently. Now, the interesting thing about these Joy-Cons is that they don't slide into the Nintendo Switch. Why is this important? Well, I'll tell you why. Because in my opinion, I don't think a Switch Pro would have detachable Joy-Cons. I think a Switch Pro would be one main console with a dock that upscales the images to 4K, and then of course you have portable 1080p gaming. Now, the Nintendo Switch Pro is still a rumor and not fact right now, so don't get too excited just yet, but the timing of the rumor paired with the last Nintendo Switch Pro rumor along with these Joy-Con patents makes me really wonder. So what do you think about all this? Do you think a Switch Pro that runs games at 4K is in the future? What do you think about the Joy-Con patents and the new Nintendo Switch delays? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Robo Gaming for more gaming news. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.